Hello beautiful people, I am Sonia Pule and you're back with the Becoming series. This is our third episode and today we're joined by the gorgeous and amazing Hlubi Mboya-Arnold, and we're going to be discussing harnessing the power within you, overcoming imposter syndrome, and of course our favorite topic, mental health. So come on in and let's hear what they have to say.
What up, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Becoming series, episode 3. Today we have a very exciting guest with us. She is an award-winning actress, an activist, an educator, an athlete, and the executive director of Future CEOs, Hlubi Mboya-Arnold. Welcome, how y'all doing today?
Thank you so much, and I love your home. It's got such great energy, and I'm very much an energy person. And of course, how could I not recognize that beautiful mom-made cake?
Yeah.
Are we going to eat that later?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Forks are there. Like I said, we're ready to rumble.
Yes, please.
Yes, but it is such an honor to have you here with us. It's very surreal for me. Because this is a great opportunity, and just to be in the presence of a woman that walks in the truth of who she is, that is a very special thing. So thank you so much. Today we are going to be speaking about harnessing the power and potential that is within you.
Yeah.
And so we want to find out about your journey and how you did that to this day. So first question, without further ado, what in your opinion makes you powerful, and how did you figure that out?
I'm still figuring that out.
Okay.
It can be an internal thing.
Okay.
It can be an external thing. But let me tell you something, I wouldn't be where I am now, having within power because of my faith. My faith is everything. And you know what? In this day and age where it's the hustle and bustle, and it's titles, and it's achievements, and it's the rat race, and it's trying to fill in time with family and friends and commitments and love and marriage and kids, I think the extension of losing that power is very much a real thing.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes we feel powerless as women, especially as black women, because we wear so many hats, and are feeling depleted and feeling exhausted and feeling that the soul is depleted. And I think that power for me is soul. That's fire. That's vibrations. That's energy. That's spirit. That is fortitude, that is longevity, that is spirit, that is soul awakening. That for me is what power means. And that's what a powerful woman means to me. And I think that saying that there are no dips within being a powerful woman is a lie.
Yeah.
So I think that we have to embrace the fact that it's tough out there. It's just tough just to be an ordinary woman. Forget a woman of power, and power that comes from within is what we, and I hope that's what we're going to navigate this morning.
Oh, I love that. Are there particular experiences that you went through that showed you that, oh my word, this power comes from inside of me? You know, any particular things that have happened along this journey that kind of awakened that?
The fact that I'm still here, absolutely. The fact that I'm still here.
Okay.
At 41.
Okay.
That, and do you know what I feel that prosperity is? And that's power. Prosperity for me is finding opportunity. That the fact that you can find opportunity for yourself and other people, that you'll always find a way to live your best life, even when the cards are against you. Do you know what I mean? Even when the economy is against everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's what power from within comes from.
All right.
But not just to survive, but to thrive.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Thrive.
To thrive in life, and to be alive, and to find the things that make you alive. And for me, I'm very much an energy person. I'm very much a people, a connectiveness person.
Yes.
I'm all about positivity. I'm all about vibrations, high vibrations.
Yeah.
I'm all about spirits. I'm all about positive vibes. So for me, all of that is power, and power that comes from within. But with all of that, I think that knowing who you are and being okay with who you are, and knowing that every day we are becoming such a perfect title, because as Michelle Obama said, that we often ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And there's no such thing. There's no finite of our development and our discovery and our curiosity to navigate life and careers and jobs and situations and mountains and life and opportunity and lack of opportunity. You know what I mean? So becoming is an ongoing thing. It never ends. So for me, there is so much out there. There is so much self-discovery still to be made. And I think that the older we get as women, the more that we are redefining and realigning and being okay to sit in our own shoes and in our own clothes.
I love that. The fact that you're mentioning that this is a journey, it's an ongoing thing, because I think a lot of us believe that there is the state that we want to reach, or, you know, the state, this perfect state, the state of perfection, you know, but really it's an ongoing thing. Realigning, redefining. Love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. So you work in a number of different industries, and obviously each and every one of these industries have their own issues, have their own, you know, burdens. We want to know, how did you, or how do you navigate through those, you know, the struggles in each different industry?
First, I don't find them as separate entities, as separate industries. You know, I think one thing that I do in another is it's easily navigable into my next industry. I'm a creative, and I think that's what the underlying tone of everything that I do. As much as everyone thinks it's so different, like being a businesswoman and being an actress and being a social entrepreneur and being an athlete, you know, that they're compartmentalized. That's not the case for me. It's all encompassing. It's all the same thing to me. They all speak the same language, and I think being mindful about that and being creative about that all make synergies for me. You know what I mean? But one thing that is constant and consistent throughout everything is lack of opportunity for Black women, is a lack of access for Black women, access to markets. Skills development for me is very important, and just empowerment and upliftment, and breaking down those stereotypes and changing policies and changing narratives. So I find that in the industry that I'm in, those are the touch points that I'm doing every single time. And for me, that it's nice that I can be consistent in the things that I'm really trying to change and trying to hopefully think about differently and hopefully make it easier for the next generation of younger Black girls. But for me, it's also a direct reflection of me today and what I'm trying to do with my life.
I love that.
In every single space that we occupy as Black women.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What values do you hold close to you? Maybe you can give us 3, 4, 5.
Self-care.
Self-care, okay.
Self-love.
Self-love.
Eat that chocolate cake.
100%.
Enjoy that chocolate
100%.
cake. You know, you owe it to yourself. You work hard, chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Self-care. Self-love. Taking time for you. Forgiveness. Healing. Honesty. Integrity. Honor, truth, and justice. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot of heavy ones. A lot of heavy ones.
It's a lot.
That's good.
It's a lot.
That's good.
Some of them have been from the beginning of time, since I was 21. Some of them have come and gone. Some of them have remained consistent, and some of them have never changed. And I think the biggest and best of all of them is love.
And the greatest of these is love.
And the greatest of these is love.
Like that. I like how you mentioned honor. It's been a word that's been on my heart for the past couple of weeks. Honoring myself, honoring the person I want to become in the future, and making the decisions now to become that person. So the word honor, what does that mean to you?
That I have to honor my word to people. That I have to honor my commitments. That I have to honor myself and how far I've come and what we've overcome. And I have to honor my parents. I'm very blessed. I'm very privileged. And I don't come from a perfect home. I'm not a perfect woman. But my parents are still together. They're still married. And in this day and age, it's a very rare thing.
Very rare. Very, very rare.
I don't say they have the perfect marriage.
Yeah.
I don't say that I'm the perfect daughter. But the foundation of which that has given me in my marriage is a gift. Being able to have access and communication and a relationship with my father and my mother as a unit and as separate individuals is a gift.
It definitely is a gift.
So I honor that.
Yeah. Definitely is a gift, one we often take for granted.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think for me, the older that we get, the more we realize, you know, how much of our mothers and how much of our fathers
we are.
Tell
me about it.
Us, you know,
tell me about it.
So
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that, but I definitely think that is key.
Yeah.
So, we want to go into your personal life a bit. How do you handle struggles in your personal life? Is it the same way that you handle struggles in your professional life? How do you link the two?
I'm going through a big struggle right now as we speak, and I was on Twitter this morning, and a prophetic message came to me, and I was like, you know, when you feel that word and it hits you, my faith. Yeah, you know what? When all else fails and you can't see, but you have to have that faith. And every time I speak to people who are really close to me about, you know, my worries and my fears and my struggles, you know, God is love, you know, and He will never leave me or forsake me. And I have to believe in that, even though as human beings, we want the now. We want, tell me, show me.
Yeah, we want the answers.
You know, so I think having that childlike vulnerability, that's the word. You know what I mean? In just surrendering your situations, you know, and know that the greater good will come out of it, and know that at the end of the day, God is good all the time.
I like that.
You know, so you know what? I'm a woman who believes in the power of prayer. I'm a woman who really believes in that connection. As much as I can, and the more I'm connected, the more I want more. And you know what? It's about walking in that faith on a daily basis. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure you are familiar with this thing we call imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in general, but a lot of women in specific struggle with that. We struggle with the fact that we are inadequate. We are not enough. We are a fraud, you know. And so we want to know how, or methods or ways of overcoming that feeling that you're not enough. How do we?
I think it's so much that society has made us feel that way. Patriarchy has made us feel that way. Sexism has made us feel that way. Racism has made us feel that way. Just as society has made us feel that way, that as you said, that we are not good enough, you know, that we don't belong at the head of the table, we don't belong in the boardrooms, we're not worthy to be an executive. For me, is that having a support structure of women who have achieved great things and are of great influence are the people that we need to surround ourselves with, the people that we need to speak to, and the people that we need to help us open up those doors and help us break those barriers. I think that really wanting to change things and having a good heart is not enough. I think by being active and stuff, we can create fundamental changes, fundamental changes to the system. You know what? I learn the rules like a pro, only to break them like an artist. And that means that you've got to be deliberate about every move that you make. It's got to be, and it's got to have strategic thought, collaborations, execution. You've got to be deliberate about what you want out of life. And being an entrepreneur is dreaming about things that's not good enough. You have to go out and get them done. And as Beyonce said, no one's going to give you power. You have to go out and grab it and take it and own it. You know what I mean? So I think part of the parcel of the problem with imposter syndrome is that we sit in a place of lack and we are complaining from a place of lack. Do you know what I mean? We've got to go out there and be active and be cognizant and be deliberate about changing that imposter system and owning to the fact that you're not an imposter.
Love that. Love that. And any practical ways for a girl that's sitting at home,
a Liyon girl,
feeling like, hey, I'm powerless. What ways or practical ways can she empower herself?
Energy is a big thing for me. You've got to surround yourself with the right people. I find that a lot of the times that these girls are feeling like this about themselves, they are with naysayers. They're with negative people. They're in the wrong groups. They're surrounding themselves with the wrong people. And as we know that young people in this day and age are very much, it's about friends. Friends are everything in their lives, you know what I mean? And their peers, do you know what I mean? So I think that you've got to get out of, and energy is not just people or places, it's what you read, it's what you watch on television, it's what you eat. Do you know what I mean? It's so multifaceted. So watch your energy. Do you know what I mean? Because that really does take a space in your existence, you know, and in your soul and your physicality and in your spirit, you know. So that's the one tool I can give. I think always trying to upskill yourself. Boom. I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning new things. I love learning things that don't have necessarily a direct hand in hand with what I do, but it's got some kind of relevance to my life. So it's very good to be able to have at least a minimal kind of conversation with things and places and different kinds of people. I think also open your eyes to the world. Don't just hang around the same kind of people who look like you, who sound like you, who dress like you. So you can be able to navigate those spaces with confidence and with authenticity.
There we go.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying we can all be experts. We can't all be an expert, but at least be able to have a seat at the table and engage with people on topics that are not necessarily your expertise or your profession, but just have an opinion about things, you know, and be a good listener. You know what I mean? See what the different viewpoints are. It's important to me that we are complex women. It's important to me that we're well-rounded women, and it's important for us to voice what's going on in our heads.
I like that. How would you go about voicing what goes on in your head in a way that is respectful, in a way that is compassionate, but also in a way that's assertive?
For me, I think that the future of work and where we're going to, especially for the millennials who are listening to the show out there, it's about teamwork and collaborations.
Boom.
You have to be able to work with people.
There we go.
You can be as smart as you want to be, but if you can't work with people, you won't get anywhere in life. Emotional intelligence, which means compassion, which means having the courage to walk in other people's shoes. It means not being condescending, but speaking to people in a manner in which it doesn't have to bring you down, but doesn't have to make them feel lower than low.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is having a value set that is global, but doesn't mean that you have to lose your Africanicity. Be a thinker. You know, have your own opinions. We don't all have to agree. We can agree to disagree, but let your voice be heard. We want to know your thoughts. You know, it matters because it means that you've got a view of things, you know, and that you're reflective. And reflective means that you've gone out and you've navigated your emotions, you've navigated your thoughts, you've navigated the world, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So, this is a bit of so just speaking on that point of who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Important. And so I have really struggled with that personally on my journey, because there was a point in time where I really wanted the approval of everyone in my life, and so I made all of these friends, that weren't really my friends.
I know.
And some of them also were the people that were bringing me down.
Absolutely.
You know, bringing me down. Becoming is not going to be a success. Becoming is not this, all of that stuff. How do we, and this is for myself and those people out there, so I've gone to two different extremes. There's been the, okay, fine, I'll have a conversation with someone and then we'll end the friendship, or I cut them off and I block them. Like, is there a way, a correct way of letting those people go? And how do you do it?
You know what? I've been on both sides. I've been the people you don't want to hang around. You know what I mean? And I've been the person who doesn't want to hang around. You know, that's life.
Yeah.
We both are the doers and the don'ts, and the don'ts and the doers. You know. I really feel that there's no one shoe fits all. We're all different people. We all deal and experience things in a different way. But for me, the end result is that when your spirit has had enough, when your soul has had enough, when you've gone to a place of enough, you find a way to care and protect what you treasure most about you and your mental health and your spiritual health. You know, at 41, I'm still finding how to do it. I'm still 41. I'm still making bad decisions about friends. I'm still I still behave like a bad friend. You know what I mean? Life is a journey of hurt and pain and joy and growth and love and life and forgiveness and healing and community. You know what I mean? And it never's gonna end. And I think that the older that I'm getting, the more that I'm realizing that it's okay to still make those really obvious mistakes, you know, but I think that when you've been burnt consistently by the same person, you've got to let that person go.
You do.
You know what I mean? And that comes from a place where I've been the perpetrator and I've been the victim. So, you know, it's when you've come to a place of enough. Yeah.
I love the honesty in that you've been the perpetrator.
No, babe.
We've also been the victim. Hey, we've been on both ends.
We've been as women.
To be honest.
Yeah, to be honest. So you've got to be honest to be able to move forward and be able to learn and to be a better friend the next time to the next person. You know what I mean? And you know what? At the end of the day, life is a teacher. And you only learn the lesson once you've learned it. Otherwise it's going to come back and repeating itself in different forms and fashions and ways until you really have got that lesson. You know what I mean? So you've got to be open and got to be vulnerable to life being the biggest teacher. We're doing our PhDs here.
Literally.
We're doing our PhDs, babe. You know, we did high school, we did undergrad, masters,
you know,
PhDs.
PhD.
You know?
Oh, I love that. I love that. How many times do you have to learn a lesson to learn a lesson? Right.
It's up to you.
And so one of our final questions.
Yes.
You did mention mental health.
Oh.
One of my favorite topics to speak about as well. Very passionate about it. As are you. How do you protect your peace? And how do you make sure mentally you're good? You know?
I exercise.
There we go.
That's a very spiritual thing for me.
Yeah.
And exercise can come in the form of going for a hike. It can be doing weights. It can be doing yoga. It can be swimming. It can be walking around the block. It can, I'm just getting some fresh air. Activity.
Yeah.
It really helps me. It calms me. It's my stress reliever. It's my coping mechanism. That's mental health for me. A mental health also for me is me time. Just to be in my own space and being okay with being on my own. My own company. How can I be with other people and they love my company if I don't enjoy my own company? Do you know what I mean? And for the millennials watching that, I know that's still a very big concept. But be able to spend time by yourself, read a book, go for a walk. You know, go to a movie by yourself. You know what I mean? That's very important to me. Mental well-being is also it's along with the spiritual. You know, whether we go to church, synagogue, mosque, temple, kneel, pray, or bow. For me, the spirit is everything. The spirit, the heart is where everything flows. You must guard it with everything that you have. Guard it. Because that's where everything comes from, you know, and love. As much as I'm a giver, and I know that I'm a very generous spirit, but Oprah says you have to refill the cup. If you don't, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our spirits and our souls are like a battery. You know what I mean? We can't go back half recharged. You know, we come back and we can't give while you're depleted. You know, fill yourself up, fill it up so you can go back. And nurture and teach and give and love, you know, and so that's very important, just to reset, recharge, reflect, and rest. There's so much burnout happening in society today. There is the more I'm on social media, it's overwhelming how people at all rungs of society, CEOs, learners, matrix, what are burning out. Their stress levels, they're not coping. Exactly. You know, and that is just a society that it just go.
Yeah.
And we've lost being in touch with me.
Yeah.
And me first.
Yeah.
You can't give what you don't have. So it's very important.
So good. The point about resting and recharging,
recover.
and refilling. Because in this society we want to be busy.
I
It
know.
feels good to be busy, you know.
Yeah.
Yet you're piling all sorts of things on your plate.
And my love, time. You can't go back in time. You can't buy time. You know what I mean? We've got to use it as positively and as authentically to ourselves, to be our best selves as possible. And family. Spending time with family is a rejuvenator of the spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I love that. Last but not least, do you have any affirmations that you can give to millennials out there? Maybe 3 of the most powerful.
Oof, that's a hard one.
Powerful affirmations that you hold dear to your heart.
I am worthy. I belong. I am who I choose to be.
Drops mic.
Drops mic.
Literally.
Yeah. I think those are the things that I can think of now, and the things that I would say to myself. You know, affirmations for me differ, you know, moment to moment. But I think for me, what I've been placed in my heart right now is that I am who I choose to be. That I am bigger than my problems and my situation. You know, and that I belong. And that's the imposter syndrome, you know what I mean? That I belong in all the spaces that I occupy. That I have a sense of belonging of my body and my future and my life and those that are around me, you know what I mean? And that I'm worthy. You know, I'm worthy for all the... You know what, as black women, it's like success, money,
It's not for me.
you know what, wealth, it's for somebody else, you know what I mean? Why? You know, you know what I mean? That wealth mindset. So you are worthy of all the riches. You are worthy of all the successes. You are worthy of all the wealth that you've ever dreamed of. You know, own that, you know? So those are the things that I think that I remind myself every day. You know, what people think that just because we are who we are, that we don't have those insecurities, just like everybody else. And we do.
True. Powerful.
And it's about, we are being able to have these platforms, which I enjoy so much, that you can see that women are women, and we go through a lot of the same issues, especially as black women. And the reason why we're having these platforms is that the young girls can see that it's okay to feel this way. But it's not okay to feel this way forever.
Thank you so much.
I loved it.
Thank you so much just for your time. You know, I think first and foremost for your time, because it's something you can't get back, like you said.
Amen to that.
So I appreciate you driving all the way out here because it's far.
I changed my shoes. I was like, okay, I'm leaving Gauteng.
You know. So first and foremost, thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up as yourself and giving us your heart, showing us your heart. That means a lot to me. From the first time I met you, you made me feel comfortable. You made me feel seen. You made me feel heard. And it's rare to find. So thank you for being that and for being here. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you. And yeah, everyone, that concludes episode 3 of the Becoming series. Check us out on www.wearebecoming.co.za. Thank you. Love and light to everyone.
Love and light. Mwah.